zoning taking center stage in Fort Bend ISD. Those stories in just a minute, but we begin with breaking news out of West Houston, where a school security guard opened fire after a man allegedly tried to run him over.
Now, that father was upset when he was not allowed to pick up his son, so he sped off. Our Sion Rhodes has been gathering new information at the village school on Whittington and joins us live there now. Sion, what can you tell us about what happened there?
I'm sorry, Bill, I was having a hard time hearing you there. There have been a lot of developments since I first brought you this report at 4 o'clock. I'm going to let you look at the scene now. Precinct 5 deputies have been on here just making sure the scene is secure. But the biggest development being that the suspect wanted for this incident, 42-year-old Stephen Delatorre, says he is going to turn himself in. We learned that because he actually called our newsroom a short time ago saying that he was Stephen Delatorre, the man wanted for the incident here at the school earlier this afternoon, and that he planned to turn himself in to Precinct 5 deputies earlier. Look at his driver's license picture that was released to us by investigators just a short time ago. We confirmed this information with the constable, Ted Heap. He said he, too, was told that he got a call to his office from Stephen Delatorre saying that he planned to turn himself in. The constable telling us he expects his investigators will be interviewing Delatorre here in the next 2 hours or so. This all started around 2 o'clock when Delatorre apparently arrived here with his vehicle, which was hauling a trailer, which he apparently lives in, coming to see his son. A school security guard recognized Delatorre right away because there is a restraining order that was taken out by a coach at this school against Stephen Delatorre. The security guard tried to stop Delatorre. That's when allegedly Delatorre tried to run over the security guard, and that's when the security guard fired 5 to 6 shots at the suspect. Let's take a listen now to what Constable Ted Heap said just a short time ago.
The suspect then fled the scene, so it's very difficult for us at this time to know whether or not we're looking at investigating a violation of a protective order, whether or not we're looking at aggravated assault. We don't know if we're looking at self-defense. Until we get the suspect and we're able to actually look at the vehicle and be able to interview the suspect, we will not know those types of answers.
Constable Heap saying they are looking into whether the shooting by the security guard was even justified, a lot that they still don't know. And again, this restraining order here at the school, taken out by a coach at the school, preventing Delatorre from having contact with that coach, the coach's wife, or the coach's children. So we're trying to get more information about why that was taken out. We know that in Fort Bend County, there's a separate protective order that is in play right now that is being called upon by Delatorre's ex-wife. So we're still sorting things out. And again, the biggest breaking news here in the last hour is that the suspect, Stephen Delatorre, says he is going to turn himself in to Precinct 5 deputy constables any minute now. For now, we're live. Sion Rhodes, Kprc, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Sion. Now to that story you'll see only on 2. A string of car break-ins in a Cinco Ranch neighborhood. The burglaries caught on surveillance video.
And what's more, it appears to be the same man committing the crimes and getting away with it. Our Roseanne Aragon spoke with neighbors and is joining us live now. Roseanne, they want this guy caught.
That's right. This person who was caught on surveillance video was seen scoping through several cars just on this block. Now, neighbors are determined to get the word out there and get more information to investigators.
It just told me no matter where you live, you have to, just be aware of your surroundings.
Julio Carmona is no stranger to the Cinco Ranch neighborhood, but he and his longtime neighbors are on edge after a series of car break-ins.
He just left my truck, tried to open the door, he couldn't do it.
One after another. Neighbor Doug Quintero's surveillance video shows a man in a hoodie appearing to go through every car he can find.
He's walking to the next.
Using a flashlight to look inside. Neighbors say it happened around 2 a.m. Sunday, around the same time these other videos were taken. What appears to be the same person poking around with a flashlight in other neighbors' vehicles.
He did that in 2 or 3 houses that I saw.
In Quintero's video, though, you see this truck drive in and wait while the culprit hits another home.
About right here, this part of the driveway.
Carmona says his son's car was one of several that were broken into.
It's nothing that was taken, but, just knowing somebody coming in and just looking through your stuff.
Fort Bend County Sheriff's deputies say there were several car break-ins that weekend here in Cinco Ranch and even in Stafford.
If you saw something, are you aware of, who's committing these crimes? I think as a community we should come together.
Now, I've had at least 4 neighbors come up to us to tell us they were hit by this supposed person caught on surveillance video. Deputies are asking anyone who knows anything about this to give them a call. Reporting live from Cinco Ranch, Roseanne Aragon, Kprc, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Roseanne. You wouldn't think it by looking outside right now where it's warm and kind of mild, but the weather's going to change big tonight.
Big changes on the way. Expect showers and a cold morning commute.
A
right, Freddie?
very cold, windy morning commute. First of all, it's windy out there right now. What you see here on radar generally is not reaching the ground. Maybe a spritz on the windshield, but things are going to continue to moisten up. You can see certainly the cloud cover in place. And look how warm. 73, 74, 69, 10 degrees warmer than the highs average this time of year. 70, 72, even as we speak. Strong winds, 18, 20, 15 miles per hour. Look to the north. This front has moved through Dallas, 60 right now, but 31, 30 in Amarillo, 38 in Lubbock. These are changes of 35 degrees colder than this time yesterday. We're 11 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. They have the cold air that's on the way here. There's the front right now. So here's the future cast. Zip through this, and you can see by the time we get to midnight, it's raining, and the front is moving through. Some showers and thunderstorms continues to move along at 5 a.m. Maybe a little winter weather way up here to the north of us. Doesn't look like here. And then we continue to see the north winds and the clearing skies by tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to see sunshine tomorrow afternoon, but it's going to be cold and breezy. So warm and windy tonight. A few sprinkles. The front arrives with the rainy, cold, windy weather. The snow, maybe Huntsville, but generally north of there. I'll go over all of it hour by hour straight ahead. Lauren?
We'll look forward to it, Frank. Thank you. Only on 2 now, a smelly situation in the 5th Ward. Garbage piling up, growing with no solution in sight. Homeowners there telling us that they've been dealing with this for months now. Our Brittany Jeffers is in the neighborhood with this overgrown eyesore. Brittany?
Lauren, the people that I talk with today tell me not only is this problem growing, they tell me it stinks and they want something done about it.
It is absolutely disgusting.
Jason Fang says this street in the 5th Ward has the look and aroma of the inside of a trash can.
The smell is just terrible.
Others in the 5th Ward agree.
There's no telling what's in it.
The burgeoning pile on Emile Street from Buck to Gunter is loaded.
Dead animals, mattresses,
with litter,
paper, metal, syringes, yard waste,
food waste, furniture, construction material.
Fang owns a property on the street and says that he's watched the heap grow for several months.
It's a health hazard, and we've told the city to come out and pick up this trash, but they haven't done so yet. And people continue to treat this neighborhood like a dumping ground.
Another homeowner, Christopher Christie, tells me that he's also trying to get in touch with the city.
I've made a number of complaints. The biggest concern is that it devalues the property.
When I called the 311 Houston Service Helpline, a representative told me that a complaint was made on January 13th and another in October. Fang and Christie said they're still waiting for movement on the garbage pile, but they hope others will take their trash to the dump. I also reached out to the City of Houston's Waste Management Department for comment, but I've not yet heard back. Live here in the 5th Ward, I'm Brittany Jeffers, Kprc, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Brittany. Now to a hot-button issue in Fort Bend ISD, rezoning. And tonight, it's taking center stage once again at a school board meeting about potentially redrawing boundaries to accommodate a new high school. Our Sally Mamdou spoke with the Fort Bend school superintendent, and she's joining us live now. Sally?
And Bill, Fort Bend ISD parents were outraged last time the board members announced the rezoning of several schools. Now, today's meeting could bring a temporary resolution. Right now, there are 11 high schools in the districts that were expected to be rezoned to balance out enrollment. However, the district